Hi, it's Megan. I have said before, I've not been thrilled with all the holiday collections this year, but lest you think I'm actually saving money, I did find something to buy. So I got the Tom Ford Private Blend Collection mini set, which is 6 minis of 6 different Tom Ford Private Collection scents. So this is, ouch, $335. Nordstrom has it, TomFord.com has it. I'm not sure if Neiman Marcus has it, but you can find it at various high-end luxury retailers that carry this kind of thing, and it's unfortunately not sold out yet. So $335. These are 0.4 ounces each for 6 of them. So by comparison, I did the math. I'm not going to say that this is right, but this is the math I got. The smaller size, 1.7 ounce, cost $215, and I didn't actually do a comparison on the larger one for the Private Collection scents. These you get, so that averages out to $12.65 per ounce. These average to $13.96 per ounce. So you're not saving money by getting these, but I just have never been able to justify spending $215 for one fragrance, but go figure, a sample set of 6 and I can go higher. So that's the way it works. They say you can wear each scent on its own or mix them. So according to Tom Ford, he says about Private Blend, Private Blend is my own scent laboratory. It's where I have the ability to create very special, original fragrances that are unconstrained by the conventions of mainstream scent making. Private Blend is designed with the true fragrance connoisseur in mind. So I'm going to go through the 6 scents and just give you kind of an overview first of what I think of it, and then an overview of what each scent is, and then I'm going to do individual reviews for each of the scents, just because I don't want this video to be half an hour, and I do want you to get a good sense of what's in them. So you have Neroli Portofino, Jasmine Rouge, Oud Wood Rare, Tuscan Leather, Tobacco Vanilla, Noir de Noir. And overall, what do I think of the Tom Ford scents? I mean, I've smelled the Private Collection, not the scents, because they have the regular collection. This is the Private Collection. I've gone into Neiman Marcus before and smelled them and thought, ooh, wow, that's pricey. And I've always thought that what Tom Ford does, not only with scents, but just in general, is he takes things that are edgy and maybe just a little too much, and he modifies them so that they're more broadly applicable and usable. And I would say that with the scents, he's got some really amazing exotic undertones, mixes of fragrances that don't end up being overpowering and very often even end up being slightly unisex. I don't know if that makes sense, but I always compare him to some of these Middle Eastern brands that I really love, but he never gets to that, wow, that's a scent. It's almost like, ooh, that's a subtle exotic scent versus, wow, that's exotic. And I think he does that pretty much across the board with these. I do like some more than others, and I do think most, but not all, are unisex. So overall, it's a really, really wonderful set. But the first one, and I'll take out one of the little bottles, they are not sprays, which I actually was not thrilled about. Given the price point, I really don't like the idea of touching the scent every time I want to get some out, because I don't know, I don't think that keeps it as clean. I really would have liked to have spray bottles. So they're cute little bottles like this, minis of his regular ones. The first one, Neroli Portofino. This is my least favorite, but it's more the type of scent that it is, and I do like it anyway. It's just not my favorite type of scent. So they call this a modern intercontinental version of an iconic fragrance theme, which I totally agree, balancing citrus oils and floral notes with amber undertones. This to me is a very Italian kind of a scent. And you either like that or you don't. So it's bergamot, lemon, mandarin, lavender, myrtle, rosemary, orange bitter, Egyptian jasmine, neroli, orange blossom water, pittosporin, which I have no idea what that is, woody amber accord, amberette seeds, and angelica root. How that translates is it's a citrus-y thing with kind of a masculine cedar wood undertone, a little edgy. I do like those scents. I do wear them, but I don't like them as much. To me, it's kind of a summer scent. I spent a summer in Italy one time. It always makes me think of that. Jasmine Rouge, they call it sensuous audacious. This is a spiked floral. And so they say precious sambac jasmine, Sepals Absolute, an ingredient never used in perfumery, with dusky clary sage and rich spices. So how does that actually translate? This to me is more of a floral. I like jasmine. Jasmine is a pretty strong scent in my opinion. This one definitely is the most feminine in the whole bunch, but it adds that little kind of decadence, erotic decadence. Yeah, I think that's true. It adds an edge. It's a floral with an edge. It's something you could imagine kind of a not so friendly, nice, a little edgy jasmine wearing from the movie Aladdin. Okay, Oud Wood Rare. They call it exotic distinctive. This is one of my favorites, and they say, I like oud. I've done another video where I talked about it. So they mix oud with kind of oud wood, they say, rosewood, cardamom, sandalwood, vetiver, tonka bead, amber. So the vetiver is actually, and the tonka bead are actually important because that makes it a little bit more masculine. I always think oud is unisex. It's unisex, and it does have sometimes a little bit of an astringent quality to it, but then it also has a deep richness to it. And this right here blends a little bit of spice, a little bit of wood, and then a little bit of that almost masculine edge. So it's a really pretty one on. It is one of my favorites. Tuscan leather. Oh God, I can't talk today. Chypra, which I can't pronounce, blends of notes, brings a raw yet reserved sensuality. This take on original leather scent. So they say saffron, raspberry, and thyme. Then olivanium, night blooming jasmine, leather, black suede, and amber wood. To add richness, saffron, thyme, raspberry, jasmine, olivum, sterix, leather, amber, suede. Okay, I hear all that and I'm like, wow, that's a lot going on. The way it translates is that anytime you have kind of these leathery scents, they do tend to veer a little masculine. This one has some softening edges. By adding the jasmine and saffron, I always think that saffron makes things richer and softer. Thyme adds a little bit of, thyme and raspberry both add a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of, not green exactly, but they add a little bit of kind of a florals from jasmine, what am I saying? It adds a little bit of softening effect, a little bit of sweetness to it, a little bit of fruit. So I think it is a mostly masculine scent, but with those softer notes, you're getting something that will translate to unisex, but also isn't like in your face, over the top masculine, which by the way, it can go to the point where it's almost so rough, it's not pleasant anymore. This really softens that leather. Tobacco Vanilla, this is another favorite. This is great. They say it's a take on an old world men's club. A smooth oriental. Vanilla oriental, that sounds strange, but it's got tobacco leaf, spice notes, creamy tonka beans, tobacco flower, vanilla and cocoa, then dry fruit accord with a sweet wood sap. It's also got ginger leaves, anise, coriander, cloves, spices, fruit wood, benzoin, tonka bean. So benzoin's going to add a little edge. The vanilla is going to add that sweetness, but then they've got all this spice, ginger, tobacco. It's just a really edgy vanilla. Almost impossible to describe. You really have to smell it. It does smell like tobacco, not smoked tobacco, but tobacco with vanilla and then all kinds of spices mixed in, but soft, really softened. It's really great. Noir de Noir. That's what I'm wearing right now. This one disappoints me a little bit. I keep reading it, and I do like it a lot, but I don't think it lives up to the description. It's almost like this is the most muted of them. Most of these are a little different. They're a little edgy. They're a little kind of like, wow. This one, I love it, but I don't love it the same way. So they say it's a dark Chypra Oriental, earthy mantle of richly woven saffron, black rose, and black truffle with a hint of floralacy, but not too feminine, by the way. Vanilla, patchouli, oud wood, and tree moss soften the intensity. Then saffron, truffle, crocus, rose, patchouli, tree moss, oud, and vanilla. So what you're basically getting is, again, you're getting some really harsher, more masculine scents, the oud, the tree moss, the black truffle. You're getting some softening effects, the saffron. Then you're getting some patchouli, which is giving it a little bit of like incense spice, and rose, which rose can be used in a lot of different ways. This is used really to soften instead of to make it super feminine. But I feel like you can definitely smell the rose. You can definitely smell all the elements, but it doesn't have the same oomph. It's nice, but it's a softer nice. So anyway, overall, this is like a ridiculously decadent thing to get. And I'm going to be really careful with money for a little while right now because of it. But I really love it. I think it's great. That's it. Comments, thoughts, your favorite of these scents, I'd love to hear. And please subscribe on YouTube. And then I have a novel, Escape, a terrorist novel, which is on Amazon. Please get it if you like terrorist novels, but don't if you don't. That's it. Thanks.